Hi, everybody. Scott Riley, the Market Update Desk. Welcome to June 20th, also known as summer solstice. Happiest day of the year. I get the longest sunlight of the day. You can see we're out in the Cabana office enjoying the wonderful warm temperatures. Senior analyst Mr. Gibson is not so much of a fan of it, and he is hanging out inside in the air conditioning. So the day started off with what should have been a very good day. We got unemployment data off the wires at 8:30. What did that show? Showed that initial claims stayed at 238,000, one of the more elevated numbers we've seen in quite a while. Continuing claims grew by 15,000 to 1.828 million. I believe that's the highest number going backwards till mid 2021. I'm sorry, mid 2022, after COVID, readjusted everything. Now, a very interesting thing is this week also happens to be the sample week for the BLS jobs numbers. What does that mean? It means the data from this unemployment data flows into the BLS report we get for the jobs report the first week of July. That should give us some leverage in mortgage rates, because that's going to show some weakening job numbers realistically, unless the BLS chooses to alter that and play their own game, which to some extent they've already been doing. So that bodes well for the jobs report the 1st of July. So that started off the day very well. Then we got hit with some interesting information. The Congressional Budget Office came out and gave a readjusted number to the national deficit. Lo and behold, Washington can't stop spending. Originally, we were targeted for a 1.6 trillion deficit. It's a pretty big number, T for trillion. That got readjusted to 2 trillion. In other words, 20% higher than the forecast. Now, to be able to pay for this, Secretary Yellen needs to issue more treasuries. We don't know if they're going to be on the longer end or shorter end of the spectrum. So that's going to increase supply. All of this while we've been getting positive inflation numbers. The Fed is doing their own help with slowing the balance sheet runoff. And now we're going to get hit with an updated supply of treasuries. The bond market obviously doesn't like this, because the more supply, the more depressed the price or value of the existing treasury sales. So it's very concerning. Washington just cannot stop spending at any rate, significantly more than forecasted, and those are very deficit numbers for the bond market. We also got new home sales data this week, and it was underwhelming to say the least. So for permits, month over month, we were down 3.8% to an annualized rate of 1.39. This is down 9.5% year over year. Now, the most important factor of these permits, single family, that was down 2.9% to an annualized rate of under a million now to 0.95. Granted, we're up 3.4% from last year, but it's not good month over month. New housing starts were down 5.5%. So we get the permits down, we get starts down. That's at an annualized rate now 1.28, down a whopping 19.5% year over year. Single family, once again, the most important sector of that, down 5.2% month over month to an annualized rate of 0.98 million. That's down 1.7% year over year. Now, completions, the third component of that, was also down 8.4% with an annualized rate of 1.51 million. The single family component of that was down 8.5% for completions to an annual rate of 1.03 million, up 2% year over year. One of the larger impacts of this slowing down of permits, starts, and completions are the carry costs builders have to carry because of the higher interest rates and the Fed tightening policy on their rate, the Fed funds overnight rate. So these all play into what's going on. It looks like we're going to have continued short supply going forward. And without some loosening of fiscal policy, we run the risk of having even more tightness going into the future, where we can't have it in mortgage. I'm sorry, in single family homes. We're already vastly under what the market needs. Now, remember, every year we get about 1.7 million new people coming into the market for housing, whether it be owner or renter. That is the household formations, about 1.7 to 1.5 million every year, and we're drastically under that demand. So we're starting off the day in the negative. We'll see where we go from here. There's still Fed speakers going on this week. We'll keep you updated. What does this all mean? Get out there and shop right now. It's a great weekend. It's beautiful outside. Yeah, it's warm, but I love it. It's a great time to buy. Give us a call. We'll help you out. 616-293-2189. Scott Riley with the Market Update Desk, your original singular market news source for West Michigan. Have a great day.